All right. We're back. Check engine lights on. You know what that means. Hold on, let me get a beverage. It's, what day is it? Maybe I'll get something at least colorful. We wanted to do this over the weekend, but shit gets busy and rain and all that stuff. But we're back, and right off the bat, this one's for you guys. We're going to get into the 67 C10 Riviera, and then we're going to finish off with the 49 Diamond T because it's getting ready to get the hell out of here. But, yeah. What the hell happened? Oh, I had a birthday. Happy birthday to me. Ha ha! You know, here's to you guys. Like I said, I wanted to do this over the weekend, but we weren't able to. So we're filling in early in the week. And first things first, we'll dive right into the 67 C10 here. We have finished the floor pans, and we're getting ready to weld all this stuff in. I think it looks pretty badass. The client is pretty excited. Again, this truck's going to Hawaii, and it sounds like we are going a little bit above and beyond his expectations, so he's really excited about what's happening here. As you can see, we left this inside out. Inside off. We're not going to do this because we have a support system that we're going to actually have to pull this whole cab off and restructure this support because it's rustier than hell under here. But it's sturdy enough that we can build off of, so that's why we did it the way we did it. We're going to pop this off, finish off the underneath. If you remember last time we talked, there's a support bracket that comes across here. We're going to bring it the whole way up to here, and we're going to make a brand new mounting system underneath, which obviously you guys are going to see whenever we get to that point. But like I said, I'm pretty excited about the floor pans. In case you were curious, I think I might have said about this last time, but the owner actually was questioning these. He said they look fucking amazing, but he was just curious why it was set up that way. Now, with this thing literally being on its nuts, when we turn the wheel, your back of your tires actually is coming back into this area. So that's why we have them both the way they are. And it should give a nice little spot for your foot to sit in. So it's pretty cool. You can see, obviously, we cut into the existing. I saved as much metal as we could. And right here, obviously, these are the nuts that the bolts go into for the seats. So we were going to do a bench seat. Now it sounds like we're going to go a different route. I'm not sure exactly what yet, but all that is going to come to a head real soon, and we're going to have some answers with it and everything. But just wanted to show you that this was good to go. We're going to put some holes in here. We're going to plug weld this bastard. We're going to get everything rock solid in here for the most part. We're going to tack a couple more spots in as far as the firewall goes, and probably do a little bit more support in here, because when we pull this off, I want to make sure everything's going to stay rock solid where it's at, so that we can finalize some welding and shit like that when it's off of here. And when we're flipping it around, I don't want it to go anywhere. As you know, with this, the Riviera, anything that we're flipping over and rolling around, we would just want to make sure we're doing our due diligence with shit like that. So we're probably going to triangulate this in here. That way it's not going to wave at us. I mean, it's pretty solid right now, but this is just some bullshit that we're talking about and discussing and thinking about. We're also talking about coming from here to here and putting a bar in here. That way we still got some solid in here whenever we actually do roll this thing on its back and shit. But you'll see that as the weeks progress on this thing. The Riviera over here, we have the firewall and the toe boards and a little bit of the transmission tunnel all squared away and done up. As you can see from in here, you can see some of the area that we actually had to cut out and build this, and then build the firewall. And then after the firewall was built, then I came in and I built the toe boards. And as you can see, literally, we have brought this entire design through the whole entire vehicle. We had to cut all of this shit out. If you don't remember, this was the firewall right here. Ouch, son of a bitch, I got a fucking splinter. Ah, okay. But if you forgot, you know, I guess it's backwards. If you forgot, this is the fucking firewall. And this is the whole reason why we cut this son of a bitch out. You know, it's going to be a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Between this to that. You know, we could have just not made anything. We could have just made this flat and everything, but we had to bring in some structure. So we got some nice beads in that. If you remember correctly, where the hell are they? If you remember correctly, we have a structure right here that the the body actually mounts to, which we have laying around. Oh, they're back here. So these pieces are going to end up, we have to do a little bit of finagling with. These pieces actually came down and there was a structure in here and all that jazz. I believe this is the right side, or yeah, right side. But we are going to probably more than likely just remake these. We have the metal and be able to make some strength to it, and just build off of this. Because like I said, this was rotted from here down, and this piece actually came down, and there was more structure in here, which obviously there has to be because of these mounts, which we welded a piece to it. That way we know exactly where the hell it's going to be at. So these would go up on the firewall. I'll just show you real quick. That piece that was on there that I just showed you was in between the two, and this was sandwiched in there. So these will end up coming back in here. A little bit of tweaking, but the reason we had to take these off in here, you can just see how much corrosion and rust is in this shit. We're going to end up taking these out. Like this shit was rusted in. So we had to cut all that shit out. So we're going to end up replacing this stuff. We're going to treat all this. We're going to seal all that, the usual. And then any subtle altercations we have to do with just some areas right here, we're going to end up doing. But everything's going to go back on. Like I said, we're going to restructure it just as solid as what it was, if not more, because that's what the fuck we do. And also, let me roll this son of a bitch for you. That way you can see how nice this whole thing comes together. But you can actually see, oh, I guess I can roll one more. One more, Randy. But you can see how we actually brought this entire concept and design from the whole way to the back, the whole way to the front. When you're up underneath here like this, it looks pretty fucking impressive with what we've done. I know this car, this from underneath here, it really shows just the sheer amount of fucking labor and work that has gone into this. Literally, this center section is the only stock metal that's left outside of these support braces that go by, excluding this piece right here. So, you know, this thing is basically going to be a fucking showpiece under here, which, you know, whether the client wanted it to be a showpiece or not, it just had to be done that way to put the integrity back into this. You know, when we're bead rolling and shit like that, we're not doing it just because the design looks cool. You know, I mean, it looks fucking cool, but we're doing it to put strength back into everything. And as you guys know, if you follow us enough, we're selling these floor pans now, just because of this, because the floor pans that we have are not anything compared to this. You can see these are floor pans that you can actually purchase right here. These are there's only like one company out there that's doing this, and you can see the bead rolls in this is fucking, I mean, I'll just let you decide on what we're dealing with here, from here to here. You know what I mean? These were supplied to us. We were able to use them. It's going to work. Don't get me wrong, the whole 9 yards. But there's a whole reason why we made our own from there forward. You know, and that's just how I feel about it. Now that we have the whole thing come up through, I mean, this is going to be a one-off piece when you open up the engine bay and everything. It's going to be fucking badass. I don't know what else to say. I'm excited about it. And the client hasn't seen any of it yet. I haven't sent him any of the pictures or anything yet because I wanted it to be a surprise to him. So he's going to actually be here this week. And I'm hoping he's just as excited as I am about it. And the beauty of it is, even just looking from inside is just as cool. But I mean, we're not just doing this for shits and giggles. All this stuff had to be done for repair wise. You know, it's just the fucking way it is. You know, and I'm not sure. We got this whole corner piece in, and all, you know, shaped up and everything. But you can see from in here, you know, everything's gonna be fucking sweet. We're gonna get to epoxy as soon as we can with this son of a bitch. And like I said, as soon as the client comes and gives us the go ahead, he likes it, then we're gonna fucking keep on rolling, baby. So we're excited about what's going on with 67. We're excited about what's going on with the 65, and we're really excited about the 49 because this is headed down the road sooner than later. We are in the middle of test driving. That's why it's a little bit dusty and a little bit dirty right now. But last time we talked about this, Randy was putting the windows in, and we have everything cleaned up. We have the back window in now. You know, everything's working. We have a little bit of the only real issue we have right now is the oil sending unit isn't working. We actually called Intellectronics, and somewhere around 3 or 4 years ago, they decided to go from a 2-wire to a 1-wire, or 1-wire to a 2-wire. And they didn't even hesitate. They were like, we're just going to send you this 2-wire system. So clearly, you know, I don't know. I guess somewhere down the line with the Intellectronics, it went from the 1 to the 2, and it sounds like we got the 2, but we got the 1. If that makes fucking sense. So, yeah, like I said, they didn't hesitate, and they sent everything down the line. Let's see in here. Well, we got the kick panels in. Oh, you can see it. We got the kick panels in over there on that side and on this side. That line that's coming in here, we have a mechanical gauge that we have in there so we can tell what the oil pressure is while we're running. You know what I'm saying? Because that's pretty fucking important, you know. So for the time being, while we're waiting, that's the route we're going. And let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, we had an overheating issue. We were trying to contain that, and we actually realized that we had to add a couple of things. The water pump system, we actually created a bypass system, which is usually on, you know, these high efficiency engines and shit like that, unless you're just running no thermostat, or you're running, you're kind of cheating with a restrictor plate. Is usually how shit's running with stuff like that. Restrictor plate racing, you know what I'm talking about? Oh hell yeah! But yeah, we're headed down the home stretch. You know, the last 10% of any build gets a little exciting because you know, as far as a client goes, or somebody who owns the vehicle, you know, you're this close and it looks done, but it's these tedious little things that need to be fucking taken care of. And that's that's where we're at. So I'd like to get some more miles on it. It's not up to me at that point in time, but we're pretty confident with everything that we've done to this thing. Randy's been test driving, and the motherfucker goes down the road like a champ. I can tell you that. For what it is, you know. I mean, it's no brand new car by any means, but goes down the road, it stops, it runs, it makes noise. It's a fucking head turner, you know. This thing is pretty ridiculous, and you know, like I said, if we could have it for a little while longer, we could fine tune everything. We could, you know, paint the valve covers, paint some of the breathers and shit like that, and just touch everything up. But for what it is, I'm happy with where we're at with it. I think the client will be happy with it. And if anything, he could just fucking park this thing down at the coffee shop and people just go nuts over it. So I'm excited to see it go because we got some shit going on. Hopefully we got I don't want to tell you about it yet. I want it to be a surprise. Oh yeah, let's take a look here in the trunk before I forget about this. We have everything squared away, and we got a fucking cool factor here. If you can't tell what those are clearly fucking air horns. So there's a loud button in there, and it's going to make some serious fucking noise. But it's going to be, we're going to try to get some video of this thing and get just a separate video of this thing rolling down the road and shit like that for you guys. But for these update videos, this is what you're getting. And like I said, hopefully, fingers crossed, next update video, this isn't going to be parked in here anymore, and we're going to have something new coming in. Whether it's something that we have that we ended up getting we purchased a couple of things to get, it was basically what's the word I'm looking for? Not a flip vehicle, but it was something I couldn't not buy and try to send, and try to give somebody a good product. And, you know, make a couple of bucks in the long run. So, I guess that being said, I guess it is a fucking flip vehicle is what it is, but it's a solid piece. And, you know, we got it at an auction. So, you know, nothing I can do about the price tag that I bought it at. The only thing I can do is make sure when we send it down the road to somebody else, it's going to be worth it. But we're going to play with it a little bit, and we're going to show you a little bit about it. Yeah. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap on this update, this weekly update. Stay tuned. Like I said, next week, you know, hopefully we got something else in here, and we're playing with some new toys. Who knows where the C10 is going to be at, and the Riviera, who knows where we're going to be at with that, because like I said, we're headed down the stretch of discussion on getting these things in primer and sealer. So that's where we're at, man. Until then, you guys have a good fucking day. Oh, and everybody that liked and subscribed and everything like that here on YouTube and over on Facebook. For the winners who got the t-shirt and the hat, or the beer koozie, congratulations. If you don't know who that was, you got to go to the reels, check that out for the shirt here on YouTube, and you got to go back over to Facebook and check out the GD1 on that. So until then, ladies and gentlemen, here's looking at you guys. Have a good week. We'll talk to you soon.